What are we doing here, Magik?
We're unwinding. Together.
Really? I was not aware I was wound.
I did not say you. This is a place I like to take all my... colleagues.
Thank you, Magik. I value our collegial relationship as well.
You are welcome. Now stop talking, Hunter. Relax.
Okay, I will try.
I said shut up already. You're ruining the warm vibes.
Sorry.
Shh.
Hey, can I ask a favor? Thanks, Hunter. I've worked with a few borderline scientists myself. You know the type, consumed by their ambition and curiosity. Faustus isn't all that different. They just picked the wrong team.
¿Qué pasa, Hunter? You ever get in a horse chase?
What is a horse chase?
Like a car chase, but with horses. Did you ever drift a horse? Maybe on a frozen lake or something?
Actually, I had a horse with 4 trick knees. If I whistled a certain way, she would stop on a shilling and then run backwards.
Oh, no way! What's a shilling?
It does not matter. One time, I caught a bug in my mouth mid-whistle. She stopped, gave me a sour look, and started running sideways.
Oh, wow. Could she run sideways the other way?
No, she was a 3-speed.
I needed that.
I know.
I'd pay to see a sideways horse chase.
Oh? How many shillings?
All of them. I could do that again. You're like a extra extended family.
I just hope this is what you were expecting, Hunter. A strong aura surrounds us. A task for us?
Best work, but it'll do. All right, here's the plan. I'll hit this thing with the big hammer, and you transform it into something useful.
That's all I can expect of your contribution, then? No materials analysis, no tactical projections, nothing.
All right, now we're talking. Nope, I'm feeling hands-on today. Just gonna hammer stuff and see how it goes. You do your thing, though.
This is why I despise group projects.
Not bad, right?
So, do you have much experience with...
This should get the job done. Where do you think I got the suit, Doc?
I assume through some sort of elaborate computer-aided precision manufacturing process. Simple, yet effective. Oh, that seems improbable.
You're a wizard.
Remind me not to ask you about anything ever.
Not my best work, but it'll do.
You have my undivided attention. In this reality, anyway. It's not entirely worthless, just not especially valuable either. Yes. I thought you would choose.
Welcome to Tony's Scary Demon Cave. I'm Tony, and how may I assist you today? Take your pick, Hunter. Later.
You know, you should consider getting yourself a nice cloak.
Really? Why?
A good cloak adds so much gravitas to your presence. It commands respect and exudes authority. Plus, it's very comfortable. Assuming you choose a good fabric, of course.
I'm intrigued. Maybe you can help me pick one out.
Absolutely. One day, when we're not running around to put out Hydra's fires, you and I should go shopping. There is an excellent place in the West Village I could take you to.
That sounds wonderful. I'm always up for a new look.
Once you get one, you'll want to wear it everywhere, trust me.
Do you have many cloaks or just the one?
Oh, I had many. Have many. Unfortunately, most are still locked away in the sanctum, so I have only one now.
It seems to have served you well.
Yes. Yes, it has. Let me know if you have other cloak-related questions. I'll be around. Normally, I would frown upon...
Well, you're definitely a hard worker, I'll give you that. How's your spark treating you? Any feedback? Acceptable answers are genius design, work of a genius, really anything involving the word genius.
It is well crafted. I use it every day. And it works, no matter where I am.
So you'd call it,
A work of genius?
Perfect. That's a great pull quote for the press release.
What is a press release?
Don't worry about it. There has to be a next time. Let's do it soon, boss. I thought you'd be stuck in the past, but that was fun. Let's do it again. Yeah, after we stop Chthon from devouring Earth.
Bye.
Hello, Hunter.
Hail, Holy One! Or is it unholy?
We need to talk.
Between military housing, deep space, and this place, this is like a...
I'm ready when you are. I'm up for a chat. Back again. We've got plenty of tricks for old dogs. No excuses here.
New and improved.
We need any advantage we can get.
Good to see you, Hunter.
Interesting. If it was here, Autumn would show me. What is this?
This excitement has really got me thinking about forming a team of my own. Spider-Man and his astonishing pals. His stupendous companions. I'm circling it, I know.
Peter, were you raised in New York City?
Yeah, in Queens. Also home to more villains than I care to count.
Why are there so many villains in Queens?
I have no idea. I never really thought about it.
Perhaps they see you as a worthy opponent.
No way. I'm usually the one who finds them. They never want the attention.
Maybe you seek out worthy opponents.
Nah, I just look out for my neighborhood.
Maybe they like having Spider-Man around to deal with the other villains.
So they keep my focus split. That is devious. Downright villainous. I think you're onto something. Hunter, let's do this again. I needed the
mental break. Thanks.
I needed that.
Keep the reflexes sharp.
I'm a huge mental health advocate. We hang out. Really doesn't feel like the world is ending. Hey, Hunter.
There it is again. That strange gamma energy signature. The green numbers, as Bruce says. The Hydra tech we found is saturated with the same fluorescence.
And what does Dr. Banner have to say about that?
Can't get an answer from him. He's gone off the grid. AWOL. Happens sometimes when he's working something out.
What kind of something?
The really big kind.
Then what now?
We find ourselves another doctor who specializes in creepy gamma science. Just so happens I know of one who recently opened up shop in the area. Of course, he's barking mad.
Faustus.
One and the same.
Well, I suppose you two do have some catching up to do.
Oh, you know. Hydra secrets, dastardly plans, the odd bomb launched in my face.
How soon before we begin the hunt?
Based on the intel we've recovered? Now.
It is not hard to detect the sarcasm in your voice.
Gonna go out on a limb and guess this Faustus is holed up in some grimy corner of the city. Yes?
You'll be heading into New York near the harbor. Faustus is overseeing Hydra operations in the area. There must be something important down there if he's shown up personally. Stay focused and try and keep a low profile. If you think Lilith's forces are corrupted, you don't want to meet the Port Authority.
Careful. She will no doubt be very temperamental after such a long journey. There. My beautiful, terrible girl. You'll be free of confinement soon enough. Pray to unleash Mother's righteous fury upon her enemies. The weak, the ignorant, the unworthy. My point exactly.
Well, that certainly looks familiar.
Dark magic. I can feel it, just like before.
Plus, he's boosted the gamma signature. Must be the new and improved extra evil model.
Ah yes, coming soon to a deserted dock near you.
So glad you discovered television.
Whatever this thing is, it's clearly important to Faustus.
And Lilith.
Which means it's worth a closer look.
Way ahead of you there.
Hydra!
We've seen what those charges are capable of. Don't get cocky just because you've got Captain Marvel to fall back on.
No, no, please. Come, examine the device closely. I think you'll find it's not so easy to dismiss this time around.
Really wish we could get this clown off our comms.
I'm sure Mr. Stark will get around to it eventually.
I'll put this to good use. Let's do it!
That was something.
Come get it.
Interesting.
Hell that.
I think they can arrest you for that in New York, Blade.
Never surrender. No place to hide.
A coward would hide.
Support units on the move. Once my device disintegrates, the great Captain Marvel, the others will have no choice but to listen. Even that fool Crossbones will be forced to acknowledge my greatness. And Mother will be so pleased when I deliver her your ashes.
Not as happy as I'll be when I deliver my fist to your face.
Even for Hydra.
Never seen that before.
It's about At least monsters are...
No more time to waste. Let us go.
Even Even you must have detected the latest modifications to my device, Captain Marvel. I'm afraid you'll find her energies not so easily absorbed this time. No! Please! You cannot fail me!
Owed you one. One?
Now thus will be done.
Typical.
For Hydra.
Show no mercy.
We are heading in. Lilith must be desperate if these are her best.
That's a neat trick.
I hope you learned your lesson.
Maybe you should teach me that one.
Don't blink!
Now you're just showing off here.
Now's our chance. Take Faustus into custody before he can regain his bearings.
Hydra's in control of the situation.
Get my head on straight.
You're in trouble now.
Great speeches, no musings from the Dark Book. It's the great Dr. Faustus, at a loss for words.
Guessing the Darkhold doesn't have any spells for boosting your cardio. Let's grab this turkey before he makes it to the transport.
We need to take care of the rest of these thugs. Don't hold back.
Your time has come! You are lucky to still be breathing.
Keep trying. Maybe you'll get lucky.
The damage from that infernal whip must have caused an error in the arming sequence. I know my adjustments should have tripled the disruptor's yield. The next time you will not be so fortunate.
Aw, it's almost cute how you think there'll be a next time.
Was that truly your best? You had your chance to escape. How invigorating. Hydra standards have fallen a great deal.
Back in the game.
I serve until the end.
All right, you're starting to piss me off.
You're gonna remember me. Hope you're ready.
You have your orders. Don't let them get so close to me.
There's that Hydra loyalty you've been talking so much about.
Get ready.
They cannot possibly match your strength.
Here we go.
That's one hell of a move.
Try harder next time.
Let's see how tough you are.
We've got him. Bring him in before they send anyone else to cause more problems.
No! I'm still here, you idiots!
Truly not your day, is it?
You think you scare me? I, who serves at the right hand of the Demon Mother, who hears the whispers of the Dark God Chthon,
who was chosen to learn his secrets in the one true tome of creation.
Do you really think I could be afraid of you?
Yeah.
What? You want to know?
Everything. Crossbones. Hydra's Black Ops Division. You should see the file Steve's got on the guy.
Faustus must have outlived his usefulness to Hydra. And sadly, us.
Perhaps not. If decades of fighting the undead have taught me one thing, there's always an answer. Provided you dig deep enough.
Nice. Let's get that back to the Abbey. Only maybe wipe it down with a napkin first.
Let me guess. Could not sleep? Starting to become a common theme here.
It was not always the case. The Abbey was once a different place. I was happy here once.
Now that is something I would like to see.
I suppose I have earned that. I have been extra me lately, as Nico says. It is just that for so many nights now, every time I close my eyes, all I see is Wanda, drowning within darkness, calling to me. I do not think I will ever sleep again. Not until we find her.
Losing a comrade is always traumatic. It is perfectly normal to dream about her.
I am not just dreaming about her. She is reaching out to me. I could feel her, Hunter. Hear her crying out for help as if she was in the same room. Such anguish in her voice. It's a sound I will never forget. Like me, you also have a connection to the darkness, Hunter. Don't you also hear it calling out to you in your dreams sometimes? Whispering secret things, dark things.
I turned my back on her darkness just as my mother turned her back on the world. I have no connection to her or her kind anymore.
You can tell yourself that all you want, Hunter, but I've heard you calling out in your sleep. Calling out to your mother, Lilith. I know you dream about her, but it is not your dreams that concern me today. All that matters is we find Wanda. I hope you will do what is right when the time comes. Sweet dreams, Hunter.
We need to... Nothing.
Bet New York was nothing like you remembered.
What is troubling you, Tony?
Oh, I don't know. Pick your poison. I'm living in the Amity Horror House. My roommate is depressed. Oh, and I have a roommate and not my own executive suite at the nearest resort. The espresso machine is broken. The world is turning into the cover of a 90s metal album. And the big guy, well, he's not answering his phone. So you tell me, Hunter, what's not to be troubled about?
I am also concerned about Banner.
Because you care about him, or because of the mission?
Because you care about him. You Avengers understand what it means to have another warrior's back. Something I admire.
Oh, we have our flaws too. Believe me. Banner isn't known to be the most emotionally stable, and when the pressure ramps up, well, let's just say he doesn't have the kind of nervous breakdown that results in basket weaving and a week-long yoga retreat. Things get messy. Not being able to see how he's holding up is proving a challenge.
One we must endure for the time being.
Thanks for the talk.
Anytime, Tony.
Hunter? Fine, speak.
The legend walks among us.
Ain't no rest for the midnight suns.
Nothing like taking in the New York skyline after driving Hydra back into hiding.
Yo, it's good to see you.
It's good to punch Hydra in the face, but they feel like a red herring.
We stole their thunder and their morale.
I don't like to be touched.
Always here? It seems my offering was accepted. Huh. This looks like it belongs here. If it was here, Autumn would show me. Autumn does not answer. He sees the path. Intriguing. Remind me about the seal?
I think you've gotten ahead of yourself, dear. You'll need to...
Something terrible happened here. This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the Coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
Caretaker and my mother knew their powers could help others, and they did not hesitate.
Of course not, dear. Your mother was a gifted healer, and Sarah was never one to back down from a fight. They also knew the signs of Chthon's influence, and Shaw's sudden rise to power undoubtedly got their attention.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World, just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the moon seals to the Knights of Wondergore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious. And the rest is history.
But what about the Moon Seal?
After the trials, the Moon Seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
Was this always here? I may have forgotten a few things, but I feel as if I would remember a decrepit church on the grounds.
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship, and like a great many things on the grounds, Sarah preferred to keep it in a sort of mystic quarantine. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem, he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives. A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
Do you think Shaw was meant to find that page?
He may not have been the chosen one per se, but I'm sure this place radiated with enough dark energy to reach out to anyone listening.
And Shaw was just corrupt enough to hear its call.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Chthon and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word. It's always good to see you.
Tell me about Hiram Shaw.
By all accounts, Hiram Shaw was a desperate man. Desperate for power, wealth, influence, the usual desires that cloud men's minds. As I understand it, he was a largely unsuccessful minister before his arrival at Salem, traveling from place to place, swindling whatever followers he managed to gain before being run out of town. To think that a simple man like Shaw finding a piece of the Darkhold was enough to set all of this in motion, it puts things in perspective.
What do you know about my father?
That's not an easy question, dear. What would you like to know? Was he a good man? Yes, I think he was. Your mother loved him dearly, and he doted over her. I think for a time she forgot who she was, where she came from. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. She and Sarah both deserve to find something more than just another fight with Chthon. Lilith did. Sarah didn't. At least, not for a while longer still. I honestly think that's the only thing she ever had against him, blood or not. Until we speak again.
Autumn must not see it that way. This must be Shaw's study. The goddess disagrees. There must not be anything here. Oshter smiles upon me. This ward is not like anything I have seen on the grounds before.
And yet, it's familiar somehow.
Like the wards of protection that Wanda invoked to protect Dr. Strange's sanctum?
Very perceptive, dear. Maybe you should approach the good doctor and see if he has any insights. And Hunter, be circumspect. Dr. Strange is no fool. Feeling well today,
Did
dear?
Wanda ever make it to this place?
I suspect she did. But if she discovered something, she didn't tell me. Goodbye, for now.
Autumn showed the way.
Why, hello, Hunter.
Ah, Hunter, I was just admiring the collection. Someone spent a great deal of time piecing this library together. I hope you don't mind me, having a look around.
Of course not, Doctor. The library is an asset to us all.
I see I'm not the only one who's taken an interest in these works. You haven't been getting into anything precarious, I hope?
I have found something on the Abbey grounds that I think you should see.
Oh, sounds mysterious. By all means, lead the way. Despite losing Faustus, we may have recovered the keys to revealing Hydra's entire operation. A relative success in any case. You were right to bring this to my attention, Hunter.
I thought it resembled one of your wards of protection.
There's a reason for that. It's the same magic Wanda invoked in her attempts to protect the Sanctum. But what is it that you're chasing out here? These wards aren't something to toy with.
I will not know for sure until I get past this. Is there any way to dispel it?
Unfortunately, no. What good would the wards of protection be if they were so easily broken? But I have been wrong before, at least recently. Do you have any suspicions as to who may have conjured this here?
Wanda spent a great deal of time out here, and she had the power.
She does have some experience with these spells, but why would she do that?
The only way I will know for sure is to find a way through to the other side.
I'll think on it and see if I can come up with some way to assist you, Hunter. For now, though, you'll have to be patient. You go on, Hunter. I'd like to study this area a bit more.
You're looking stronger than ever, kiddo.
Hunter. Can't hurt to warm up on Hydra's flunkies. You've got an endless supply of practice dummies to beat on.
All this excitement has really got me thinking.
Hunter?
I have heard that Wanda's power comes from Chthon.
The way I understand it, as a child, Wanda and her family lived in Transia, not far from Mount Wundagore. Within that mountain, the dark god Chthon had long been imprisoned, his corruptive influence an ongoing threat to the people of Transia.
And Wanda was affected?
Whether Chthon reached out to Wanda, or he found her by chance, I can't say. But Wanda was blessed or cursed by Chthon, touched by the power of chaos magic. While he had hoped to make her some sort of acolyte, she proved to be more capable than even he foresaw.
What can you tell me about Chthon?
One of the first Elder Gods, Chthon is said to have existed for tens of millions of years, well before the dawn of humanity on Earth. Believe it or not, he wasn't always the bastion of evil that we know today.
This story sounds familiar.
As the legend goes, the downfall of the old gods was actually brought upon by Chthon's brother Set, who found that by consuming his siblings, he could gain their power. After Set consumed Hypus, Chthon followed suit with the others, and in this way, many of the first gods also became the first demons.
And how did he come to be imprisoned on Earth?
In the same way Hydra has worked to restore Lilith, various cultists of the past sought to revive Chthon to wield his power. When Chthon failed to cooperate, these same cultists did the only thing they could. They locked him away again.
What do you know about Transia?
Transia is your ancestral homeland, Hunter. The birthplace of Lilith and Caretaker. It has always been a sort of magical junction, drawing in every type of occultist, sorcerer, and even the occasional Elder God. The Abbey grounds still behave in much the same way, even after all this time.
And Wundagore?
Wundagore Mountain has always played a prominent role in whatever scheme was underway. Chthon himself is said to have created the Darkhold, deep within the caverns of the mountain.
What was Caretaker like when she was younger?
I'm sure it's difficult to remember now, but Sarah wasn't always the steadfast contrarian. In our younger days, she was much more enthusiastic about dashing off to save the day, not unlike some of our younger allies among the Suns.
That does not sound like the Caretaker we know and love.
Keep in mind, Hunter, Sarah has faced a great deal of loss in her time here. Everyone she ever cared about, in fact. I would say she's earned the right to be disagreeable, at the very least. She is a very strong woman. I'm not sure I would have held up as well given the same circumstances.
Who were the Knights of Wundagore?
Another mysterious group of heroes in a world full of mysterious groups. Of course, I'm no expert on Transian history. I do know that the Knights of Wundagore were formed as a response to the growing threat of Chthon's influence near the mountain.
What exactly did they do?
Hydra was hardly the first to dabble in Chthonic schemes. Many have tried and failed to awaken the Dark God. Over the centuries, the Knights fought alongside a number of allies who stood against the various crazed worshippers of Chthon.
You were there? At the witch trials?
Not initially, no. If I had been, I like to think I could have stopped them, before it was too late. I sensed something was wrong, and when the witches cried out in distress, I came to Salem as quickly as I could.
But Shaw had already committed his crimes against them?
Yes. It was a devastating discovery. And for the longest time, I blamed myself.
But you see now it was not your fault.
I've come to understand that we must accept the past and move on. But that doesn't mean I won't always carry that pain with me.
I know that feeling all too well.
I know. And I wish you didn't, dear. I really do.
Привет, Hunter.
It does not seem right to intrude in their space. I would not like it if they tried that on my room. Something tells me they would not appreciate that.
Found your way back to me. This new world suits you well. You look strong.
What is it you want?
To love you. To be there for you as a mother should.
Love? That word must burn your lips.
Burn? You have no idea. It is the only thing that fuels me. Everything I have done, everything I do, everything I will do is for you, child. Always for you. Can you honestly say the same about Sarah? Surrounding you with heroes who will gladly return you to your grave after you've exceeded your use.
Wait, not this again.
Poor child. How did you end up so alone?
Another dream. This cannot be a coincidence.